TorahCafe.com.
So Tanya, the classic work of Chabad Hasidism, which is written, the magnum opus of Rabbi Shneur Zalman of Liadi, we could call the Bible of Hasidus, the Torah Shabbat, the written Torah of Hasidus, essentially structures the narrative around three archetypes. What he calls the tzaddik, the Beinoni, and the Rasha. The tzaddik being sometimes called the perfect person who has eliminated his evil and negative inclinations and temptations. The Rasha, on the other extreme, who is controlled by both the impulsive, the selfish voice, what we call the animal soul, and the divine voice. And sometimes this one wins and sometimes that one wins, which is the story of most of our lives. And the Beinoni, which is of course the most fascinating and the objective of the Tanya, is the person who has the temptations and has the challenges, but has mastered self-control and mastered life, at least behaviorally, and perhaps even more profoundly on a more deeper level, that he has self-control and does not allow his animal soul and his selfish voice to control his life, basically his practical life. So the question, of course, is what is the role of the tzaddik then? And why are we even told about the tzaddik? It's something even Beinoni we know is quite challenging. A tzaddik, as he says in Tanya clearly, is not something that's accessible, except if a person does enough work and then God blesses him. But it's not directly something we can aspire to. So the Rebbe, the Bavitcher Rebbe, once explained that since everything in Tanya is relevant to us, so even the chapter on tzaddik, which is chapter 10, interestingly 10, which is like complete, is also, there's a tzaddik within each one of us as well. So even though Beinoni may be the objective of your life, and Rasha may be the actual operational program that we're working by, but we all have moments where we really feel completely belong, completely connected, seamlessly connected, and when you're so focused, you don't even have a temptation. So though we can't call that person a tzaddik, a full-blown tzaddik, but in that moment, let's say Yom Kippur moment, everybody has that moment of truth where they feel, I'm connected, and we'd love to hold on to it. So it's a tzaddik moment. So number one, the tzaddik exists within all of us, albeit sporadically or not permanently, but the soul has a tzaddik dimension to it. Secondly, we always want to know what the ultimate goal is. Like when you're, let's say, learning art, even though you may not ever become a master, but you want to see what the masters did. Because then you have a goal. It's like Mount Everest. You may never climb it, but you know where the destination is. So tzaddik gives us the archetype of what a human being is capable of becoming. So yes, a person has to be blessed with a special soul, a Moses, a Rebbe, a tzaddik, but nevertheless, by seeing a Moshe Rabbeinu, seeing a Rebbe in your life, you see here's a person that 24/7 is aligned with what God wants. So though you and I may not reach it, but seeing it is inspirational and gives us some type of this is where we're looking to reach. We may never reach it, but nevertheless, it gives us it's like the backdrop of the perfect archetype of what human beings are capable of being.